There is a concern by some of the legislators, and they have spoken about this on the floor of the assembly, and it gives a lot of people a lot of concerns, especially when it has to do with taxes that are being evaded, especially for some of the agencies. Let's quickly listen to this report and see how well we can begin to track how the legislators feel, especially for the customs.
President Muhammadu Buhari laying a copy of the 2018 budget proposal before a joint session of the National Assembly. The president also addressed the lawmakers on the focus of the budget. Reacting after the presentation, some lawmakers applauded the budget.
He stood there for an hour and almost and a half, and he's absolutely physically fit. We thank God for that. Secondly, I'd like to say he was totally on point, and he has definitely shown commitment to the development of the economy and Nigeria as a whole.
It was a very good presentation. There was something in the budget for every part of this country. There was something in the budget for every hope and every aspiration. And all in all, if passed the way it is and implemented the way it should be, I believe that the budget would make a difference in the life of Nigerians.
Others, however, are not that optimistic.
If we're supposed to spend our way out of a recession and we're only spending 10% out of a recession, then I'm a little worried about the optimism. And, you know, for me, the 2017, 10%, 2018, a higher number. My concern is, what is the premise? What is the basis for us to even have presented a budget this year that was higher than last year's budget?
I think there's quite a few opportunities that we have that were not explored today. My early thoughts are we need to be cautious. I am not optimistic personally, because I am very, very concerned that government spending is one of the surest ways to get us out of a recession. And so far, in terms of government spending, there is a lot of gaps.
Some lawmakers point out ways the budget can be properly implemented and the possibility of returning the country to a January to December budget cycle.
This is a good start, and although we may not start that January to December with this 2018 budget, but if we are able to finish the budget process and we have a new budget latest by March, that will be a huge improvement.
Executive must do their best to implement, if not fully, partially, the capital content of 2017 budget, because that creates, and it is an automatic impact to the citizenry. While that is going on, it will not hinder the passage of 2018. We've seen appropriations run simultaneously in the past, and I think that can also happen.
President Muhammadu Buhari laying a copy of the 2018 budget proposal before a joint session of the National Assembly. The president also addressed Even as the 2018 budget proposal has been laid before federal lawmakers, the question on the mind of many people is how the budget will be funded. It appears to be the question on the mind of members of the House of Representatives. At the House proceeding on Wednesday, the lawmakers considered a motion drawing attention to allegations that ministries, departments and agencies of government owe over 115 billion naira as tax liabilities, and some tax collected by banks were not remitted.
Aware of the low culture of individual, corporate, organization tax compliance, the PIS tax being the means through which government can earn extra revenue to bring about the much-deserved development to the country, especially in the face of declining revenue from crude oil.
The House Committee on Finance and Public Accounts is to investigate the matter and report back in 6 weeks. Meanwhile, another investigation is to be carried out by the House Committee on Customs. It concerns the handling of import duty revenues, waivers, and bonds on import duties collected by the Nigerian Customs Service.
That the Nigerian Customs Service customarily issues pre-arrival assessment reports, which are used to assess duties payable on imported goods, but the reports are sometimes compromised by importers, thereby leading to underpayment of duties in billions of naira.
In a related development, the House considered a motion calling for a probe into the operational activities of a private company, WebFontaine, as it relates to its work with the Nigerian Customs Service information and communications technology infrastructure.
The operation to the Nigerian Customs Service on 1st December 2013, WebFontaine Nigeria Limited never did for some curious reasons. The House is aware that WebFontaine has transferred almost all shares to Hong Kong and is left with one share as stated on the deeds of transfer of shares from 2006.
The Committee on Customs is to investigate this and report back to the House in 6 weeks. Lanre Lasisi, Channels Television News.
Well, there you have it. What's your immediate impression about evasion of taxes by customs?
Like I've explained earlier, some of the agencies of government are supposed to be remitting their revenue as at when due. But unfortunately, there are some of this unwholesome attitude is robbing the government of what they are supposed to get. And like I mentioned, I think the presidency is aware of some of these anomalies. And that's why they said...
Anomalies like waivers that are given.
Exactly, the import waivers and all these things, and then the under-table and over-table transactions and so all these things. And that's why they said the Fiscal Responsibility Act they will have to review it with a view to making it more effective. And then the economic management team will also have to look into some of these areas with a view to plugging all loopholes and then ensuring that whatever that is due to the government actually comes to the government. And these are some of the areas that I mentioned earlier whereby the government can actually make up for the deficit instead of going borrowing. It's always better for revenue to come in because when you go up borrowing, it will come at a cost. There will be interest to be paid and there are some other issues too that are involved. So, and that also slows down development because of the bureaucracy that is involved. But I want to believe that if the government actually goes all out to do what they have promised to do, then all these issues, and then probably a thorough investigation of this issue that has been raised also will put a stop, will nip all these problems in the bud.
That's a good place to end it. I want to thank you so much indeed, Folari Ogunsoro. He's the former chairman of the Lagos Inland Revenue Board. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us here on State of the Nation, and to you also for watching and being a part of the show. Many thanks indeed for watching. Join me tomorrow for a fresh package. Until then, I am Gimbo Umar and this is State of the Nation.